do what she wanna do. Lower to the grave, tell you like it is to your face. She don't play. Every chick down for it all. Know that she a boss. No competition, no loss. From the Midwest to the A, autumn got you tuning in, no delay. Ooh, get you right every time. Keep you laughing on a dime. Tell you truth, no lies, so you can live your best life. Cover all topics, no limits. Got something for your mama and your children, no holding back. No gimmicks, coming on strong, get straight to business. Oh yeah.
What she wanna do.
Live life, live life,
She do what she wanna do.
live life, live life,
She
live
do
life,
what she wanna do.
live life, live life,
She
live
do
life,
what she wanna do.
live life, live life, live life, live life, live life.
Hey, it's your girl Autumn, and I welcome you back to the Lit Life podcast, where I encourage you to live your life autonomously. Hey guys, I am back for a solo episode this week. I've been having so many dope guests. Like I just feel truly favored in this moment for being able to have such awesome guests. But y'all know every once in a while, y'all got to get a dose of just me. So, you know what I'm saying? I know how to hold it down by myself. That's what I've been doing. So, real quick, I want to give a shout out to Chris from Shenanigans with Friends and Michael Keith from the group R&B Group 112 for helping me to make my Dundee's episode a hit. Everybody has loved it so far. And it was just a lot of fun. So hopefully I can do more things like that. Just kind of getting into fun shows or fun music or whatever the case may be. But shout out to them too. Like it was really it was a real good time. So also I guess I just want to get all of my little announcements and stuff out of the way first so that I can, go into what I'm gonna be talking about. But if you are if you are listening to this episode on any of your favorite streaming platforms, just know that the video is also on YouTube. I am recording myself today on video. I have tried to get this damn camera working. Like, okay, real quick. So for those of you, if this is your first time listening, or if you've just never really heard this little story. So I bought this expensive ass camera. Like I had gone through all this research and all this and the other. It's a DSLR camera. And because I wanted to learn how to take my own like stock photos and just basic pictures of me and just of things for my own content instead of always using other people's photos or whatever. So I wanted to do that, and I also wanted to use it for streaming. Now my laptop's video it really is just fine, right? Like if you're looking at this on YouTube, you can see that it really is just fine, but it doesn't give me the versatility that I need. Like I need to no, it doesn't. I still need to have access to my computer, but if I have a guest over or something like that, or maybe I just don't want to record at my desk, you know what I'm saying? Like I've set certain places up in my little studio to record, and I need a different camera for that. Now, I also have a webcam, but I don't know, y'all. Maybe I was doing the most with this camera, but either way it goes, like it's bought and paid for, so I'm gonna fucking learn how to use it. Now, I say all of that to say that I'm not using that right now, but I was trying to use it like earlier today, that's my whole point. Like it's worked one time. Like I've been able to. The problem is, so I use StreamYard for my streaming, live streaming, or any type of streaming. I'm actually using StreamYard to record today. I also have a couple of like video recording programs on my computer, but I do like the quality of StreamYard. So I'm using that. But I don't even know where I was going with that. So, anyways, yeah, I was fooling around with the camera, didn't get it to work. It's worked once. That's what I was going. It has something to do with the setting, with one of the settings. So it's StreamYard, or it's the Sony camera, or it's the Rodecaster. Like, it's there's a setting in one of these things that I'm using that clearly I'm not like finding or something, because whenever I turn on, like, sometimes the video works, I can get the video to work. It's and I can hear it through my headset that's coming from the Rodecaster. But when I try to do the audio, it's picking up the audio from the actual camera instead of the audio from the microphone that I'm using. So when I go in the browser settings to fix that, it automatically knocks me off of everything. So I don't know if anybody know what the fuck might be wrong with that. Let a real one know, because I just can't figure it out. And I've put it in a couple of like groups and everything, and I just can't. So anyways, y'all know I'm going a whole tangent. So yes, been trying to do that. So if you are listening on StreamYard, you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, just know that there is video on YouTube, and I'm trying to do a lot better with putting visuals out. So that's all I was saying with that. Shout out to Podcast Happy Hour. So y'all know a few months ago, got with my homegirls, like, hey, we be on here drinking, we be on Zoom and StreamYard and Duo or what, WhatsApp, wherever. We're having conversations. We're having really good conversations. How about we put this into a podcast? I mean, it can't hurt, right? I mean, so they was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So monthly, we had decided to do it monthly through the end of the year, but we've picked it back up and said that we will be doing it again. I mean, we'll keep it going as long as we, want. So basically, you need to just make sure that you follow me. I know you're following me. If you're here, you need to follow Chris with Shenanigans with Friends. You need to follow Tamara from Tamara to the Break of Dawn podcast. You need to follow Audrey from All Tales Pod, and you need to follow Jay from Jay's Quick 3. All of their information is in the show notes. The two previous podcast happy hours that we've had will be in the show notes, and along with the one that drops today, because this is going to drop the same day as Podcast Happy Hour, and it's a good one. It's a little long, but y'all will get us in this. Like, the spirits were flowing. That's all I'm gonna say. It was awesome. It was an amazing time. I have so much fun recording with them. Like, it's just amazing. So anyways, update real quick. Want to give you guys an update on the Running for My Life challenge. So this is the end of the 8th week. So it's an 8-week program that we were using Couch to 5K. This is the end of the 8th week. Now, I've said it over and over. I have not I'm not done. Like, I think I'm in week 6. And that's okay. I was going to guide everybody through this program for 8 weeks, which is what I did. And just so that you could see how the actual program works. And so what I want to know at the end of these 8 weeks is, how do you feel about it? Like, how did you feel about the program? Did it make you, did it make you easier to run? If you were doing the actual running challenge, like, did it make it a little bit easier to run? Or like, did it open your mind up to running or jogging or even, walking or whatever? Like, that's the feedback that I want. Now, I will finish the program. Honestly, I've been a little disengaged. I think last week I ran maybe once or twice. I haven't run at all this week. But I'll get into all of that a little bit later. But this is the end of the guided program. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that has done this. Like, I know there's some people that was doing it that don't like to run and, you know, all this and the other, but you guys, again, you guys keep me on my toes and I really appreciate that. So I look forward to the next challenge. I'm not sure exactly when that's gonna be. This is October. I don't know. I'm still kind of, I think I'm just kind of trying to figure it out, like figure out what I feel like I can do. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But anyways, shout out to everybody that participated in the Running for My Life Couch to 5K challenge. It's been fun. It was lit, and I really appreciate y'all. So what else I got on my list? Like, I actually wrote some shit down, y'all, so that I'm not forgetting nothing. Oh, real quick, shout out to Chev at You Can't Sip With Us, Ships by Chev, which the link to her Instagram is in the show notes. She sent me this cute little box. I actually purchased it, and she sent me this little cute little box, and it has like all of the ingredients that you need to make like the perfect drink, right? Like, it's the cutest thing. I'm actually going to do a little commercial about it. Like, I just haven't done it yet, but it's like the cutest thing. And I haven't had the drink yet because I've been waiting because I want to do the whole unboxing and all this and the other. But in the meantime, y'all need to head on over to her Instagram or her website. The link is in the show notes. And if you use Lit Life as a promo code, you'll get 10% off your first order. So, I mean, it's pretty lit. It's pretty lit. So, congrats to her for starting up her business, and I will definitely be getting more because why not support? All right, what else? I think I got all of the announcements out the way. So shit, let's you know what we do. Shut the fuck up. God damn, nigga. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. Can y'all shut the fuck up about Cardi's titties? Like, if you've ever seen a variety of women's bodies, like, I don't know if I think like mainstream media has really just brainwashed folks, right? Like, I really think that people are really living in like this clouded fantasy of what the human body looks like naturally and what the human body is capable of. And it's just getting old, guys. I mean, and these aren't like really young people who are like kind of titty shaming her, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, y'all. I mean, what do you want? It's like the Tyrese thing. What do you want from me? Like, what the fuck do y'all want from us? Like, y'all have been sitting up here begging for titties on Titty Tuesday. Cardi get drunk, drop them big ass titties. They are fluffy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't look. I don't know if she has implants or not, but to me, it doesn't look like it. Not while she's laying down like that. They kind of look natural. But I don't know. Who am I? I don't fucking know. I ain't never, seen them up close or nothing. But and then people have a fucking problem. Like, y'all get on my damn nerve. So, anyways, that's really all I had to say. Like, just shut the like. Don't act like if Cardi offered you a titty, you wouldn't take it. Like, please, please stop acting like this. You guys are. I don't know why you guys act like this. Like, I'm just saying. So, anyways, moving into what I wanted to talk about. So, about I think it might have been last week, I was tweeting out. I sent out a tweet and said that I said today I'm gonna be kind to myself, And I think I had maybe taken the day off of work. It might have been 2 weeks ago. Taking the day off of work, um, literally to do nothing, right? So it's been a really rough, this is around about 1.5 years for me. And all I've been doing is I just keep going, because that's the only way I really know how to function, especially since it's just me in this house. I mean, me and PJ, who about to get put out at any moment. But like, it's been a really, like, I can't even really explain. Like, I don't think I can put into words how rough things have been for me mentally, emotionally. Um so much has gone on. But and I have not been kind to myself at all. And it's and I have to be kind to myself, because I really don't have anybody around me, directly around me, that's really going to be kind to me without expecting something in return. And I'm not saying that people may not be worthy of that. I'm just saying sometimes you just want some I just decided that I was going to be kind to myself. Okay? So, let me tell you guys why. Like I said, I have been going, things have been happening. I've been going and going. I haven't really been able to process a lot of things that have happened to, that have affected the way, I won't necessarily say that have happened to me, but that have happened that affected me and my mood and my emotions and affected my mental health and overall. I'm just gonna focus on death. Because it's been a lot. So if I go back, I went back and thought about, like, over the last 10 years or so, who what I've encountered when it's come to death, like death of friends, death of family members, and things of that nature. So because I feel like prior to this last year, I really hadn't experienced it. Like, I mean, I have, but not like what it's been this last year. So in January of 2008, I lost my biological father, who I actually had just met probably some years before that, maybe, I don't know, maybe 02, 03, something like that. And I'm going to talk about that. Like, I'm going to actually record an episode about me and my dad and our relationship. But anyways, I lost him in 2008. Okay. And then in December of 2012, I lost my grandmother. Now, my grandmother played a huge part in my life. Okay. And I can't necessarily say that in latter years, right? Like, it's not like I was just going down to my grandmother's house, hanging out, whatever, what have you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw her when I could, and still, that was my granny. You know what I'm saying? So that was probably, like, that hit hard, right? That hit really hard. I think that was the first like family member that my son actually lost, and it hit him a little bit harder than I thought it would. So yeah, but my grandmother. And then in 2 years later, December 2014, I lost one of my childhood best friends who I grew up with. Like she was my cousin. Like I called her my cousin, and it was always, me and Shantae and Kenya. Kenya is the one who passed. Shantae and Kenya's birthday are on the same day, November 1st. And I had I've moved away from well, no, I hadn't moved away then, but I had I wasn't as in touch with Kenya as I of course feel like I should have been, but I talked to her probably at least once or twice a year. She always reached out on my birthday. I always reached out on hers, things of that nature. But losing her, like, kind of hit hard. Like, damn, like, Kenya, you know what I'm saying? So, but I wanted to tell short stories about those three people because then we move in from 2014 to 2019, where I'm starting to lose people who were still actively present in my life, aside from one. And it's been 4 people. So it was my younger cousin. I told you guys about him. 4th of July, 2019. It's just been horrible. And then in April 2020, my other cousin, he was a little bit younger than me. Hadn't really been in touch with him, but I did see him at the other cousin's funeral. So that was just another shock. And then in September of 20, last month, I lost a very close cousin who just so happened to be the cousin that I lost on 4th of July last year, his mother. That knocked me down. Like, I'm still kind of like, it's only been a month, but so that happened. And then 2 weeks later, my uncle, who my mother has been taking care of since my grandmother passed away, he passed away. And the thing with him is he was, he suffered from dementia. He's you knew that it was gonna happen. I just didn't think that it was gonna happen as soon as it did, as quickly as it did. So I was I was glad that when I went home for my cousin's funeral a couple of weeks ago, I was able to sit and talk with him, and it was just like, anything. Like, to me, he was just himself. I mean, he couldn't really remember who I was. I had to tell him who I wasn't. I had to remind him what he used to call me when I grew up. He remembered. You could tell he remembered. And then when I was getting ready to leave, he was like fussing at me. I'm pretty sure he was trying to cuss me out about something I don't really know, but that's just how it always was with him. So when I got the text that he passed, my response literally was, wow. I did not I over the last month, I really have not slept. I've been worried about work. So many things, just so many things have been going on. And I said, you know what? Okay, so many things are going on, but I'm also like really doing what I do best, which is kind of like not necessarily really beating myself up, but telling myself that life goes on, right? which is the truth, which we know this to be true, but I haven't figured out how to go. I'm going on, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting up, I'm dragging myself out of bed every day. I'm logging into my computer. I'm running my routine the way that it, but in between there, I'm not okay. Like I'm doing all of these things and I'm pushing myself to do all these things. I'm doing the running for my life. I'm making sure I'm getting out and run. I'm making sure that I'm recording podcasts. I'm making sure that I'm staying engaged in my group chats. I'm making sure that, I don't want anybody to worry about me. I'm making sure that I'm doing everything that I've been doing. I'm still going out to the grocery store and going, and window shopping, and primarily to honestly to keep myself from having to think about all these things that have been going on. But when I sat and wrote it down and looked at the timeline, like a whole lot has gone on in the last, like, I don't know, 15 months. And I just truly haven't been kind to myself. Like I haven't really been forgiving of myself. So I just said, okay, over the last week, I said, we gotta take just a little bit of time and focus on you. So this is what I've been doing to be kind to myself. I've been enjoying the weather. Okay. Aside from the fact that, we had like 7 tornadoes touch down in the state of Georgia, some pretty close to me, and a lot of flooding over like the course of like 2.5 days. It has been gorgeous since then. Like, oh my God, this whole week, it has today's Wednesday. Yeah, today's Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It has been nothing short of gorgeous. Like for October, it's like 80 degrees. It'll get up to 80 degrees, but it doesn't feel like 80 degrees. It's not that humid. Just been sitting out on my back deck, like trying to figure out a way that I could take a nap back there. Like it's been the most peaceful thing, just being able to sit outside and do nothing and think about nothing. I decided I've taken this week off of work. I was going to go home. Didn't work out kind of the way that I was thinking about it to work out, but it's okay. So I took this week off to kind of give myself a little bit of a mental reset because I was trying to work and nothing was happening. Like I just couldn't. Like I have a coffee cup that says I literally can't, and I've been drinking out of that coffee mug for like 4 or 5 days straight with work. I mean, it's just been so hard to do. So I said, you know what? Let me take this time off. I've been ripping and running. So anyway, I took the time off, and during that time, I told myself that I was not going to make myself do anything that I didn't want to do. Right? So if I don't want to record, I'm not going to record. If I'm invited to go somewhere and I don't want to go, I'm not going to go. If my phone rings and it's somebody that I don't want to talk to, I'm not going to talk to them. If I just don't feel like engaging as much as I typically do on social media or in group chats or whatever, I'm not going to do that. Like, and it's been hard. You know what I'm saying? It's been hard to do that, but especially with everything going on and me being in this house, like it's so different. I know I hear the stories all the time of everybody in the house with their kids and their spouse and their whoever partners, whatever. but it's a different type of hard to be in this bitch by yourself. Like with the cat. I mean, which I'm grateful to have the damn cat, but it's like it I can't even really explain it. Like I can't even like it anyways. Um but especially for somebody like me who is typically always on the go. Like there's really nowhere for me to go. There's places for me to go, but I'm still trying to not do so much. You know what I mean? Like I just don't want to be out here just doing shit just to be doing it, and then next thing you know I'm sick. Like I can't. My mind just won't let me do that. It's like what do you call it? Self-preservation is what it is. It's the self-preservation is kicking in, and it won't allow me to go out and still be in crowds even with a mask on. I mean, yes, I've been to 2 or 3 different places that were leisure entertainment type places or whatever, but I made sure that I took every precautionary measure, and I couldn't even really fully enjoy myself because everybody else ain't doing that, right? So yeah. So anyways, yes, I've been trying to just not do anything that I don't want to do. If I don't want to cook, I'm not cooking. Like that's just what this week is about. And I might carry some of this shit into the future, but I make myself stop thinking about certain things. Like I just needed time to do nothing really. And on the flip side of that, y'all know I have this whole thing with my working out and eating healthy and all this, that, and the other. I've really kind of been eating what I want to eat, but I've been trying to be very mindful of not self-sabotaging. So one thing that I can say is I have not gained any weight. If I've gained any weight, it's not in my belly, right? Which is my focal point, is my focal area. I don't know. Maybe my ass getting bigger. I don't know. I ain't been on the scale. Not gonna get on the scale. But I'm always mindful of what I'm eating. So, but this week I'm like, if I want something, I'm gonna just get it. Like, not only am I just gonna get it, I'm not going to beat myself up about it because I'll get it anyway. But then I'll beat myself up about it, and then it's like it wasn't even worth it, right? But again, I'm trying to just be mindful to not go down a rabbit hole. And eventually what's going to have to happen, as far as, because y'all know it's I've been trying to lose 20 pounds. Well, I can't even say that I've been trying that hard, but that's what I want to do. That's what the goal is. In order to do it, I know that I'm going to have to do like a total reset, and mentally I'm just not there. I'm just keeping it 100. Like mentally I'm not there. So I'm hoping that over the next, I don't know, 4 or 6 weeks, I can get back to that part of me where I do have what I need, like mentally. I'm like mentally replenished, I guess you can say, so that I can get back to that part of me, right? So anyways, but yeah, so I've been eating what I want, but being mindful of self-sabotage. So I'm talking about, again, being kind to myself. I took a week off of work. I just said that. Today's Wednesday, and I'm trying not to be like, damn, the week is almost over, you know what I'm saying? Today I knew it was going to take a couple of days to really like wind down and not feel like I had to always be doing something. And I was right about that. It took all the way until today for me to sit and like do absolutely nothing. Seriously, like I went out on my deck early afternoon today, and I mean I literally just sat there. I mean, I was on Twitter from time to time, shit like that. I listened to a couple of podcasts, but it felt so, I mean, like just listening to the birds, watching the lizards. Like, I don't know why my deck has like a family of lizards living underneath it or inside of it or whatever. Um it was great. And today, honestly, like I woke up this morning, y'all, and I could not breathe. Like I had the most, and this happens every once in a while, but I had the most crippling anxiety. Like I literally could not pull myself out of bed until like 11 o'clock. I was awake, but it was hard to just sit up in the bed. Like this is the type of shit that I've been like dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there has just been so much going on. And even when I think that I'm not thinking about these things subconsciously, I definitely am. And that's where the anxiety comes from. It's literally like I wake up and I'm kind of afraid of what the day has in store. And that's not me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm typically like, yes, let's get this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's get this run. Let's get this work done. Let's get this coffee so that we can enjoy the evening. Like let's get all this shit out the way. That's me. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do it. But I'm just consumed with so many other things going on in my mind. So, but anyways, so yeah, so that. And then of course, I just really been enjoying some really good weed. Like, let me explain something to y'all. I don't and I think I'm gonna do an episode about this too. Like, I just can't get in my mind why marijuana is not legal. I cannot comprehend it at all, especially in comparison to other things. And I'm not going to get into it right now, but I'm going to say this, and I swear on a stack of Bibles, like I do not know what I would. I mean, okay, let me put it like this. If I were to stop smoking weed, I would go back to a doctor and I would get on whatever antidepressant or anti-anxiety medication that they're going to give me, right? I don't know what's going to happen. I'm either going to blow up like a fatty McFat. I'm going to be sick. It's going to take a little while for the shit to get through my system. I'm probably going to be sitting around like a zombie, not being able to get shit done. There's no telling what's going to happen with whatever they put me on. I have been off of antidepressants and anxiety medications for probably 4 years now. And I'm very, 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 I'm more afraid to go back to that than I am to smoke half a blunt a day. Or smoke a joint a day, or you know what I'm saying, like half a cone or whatever. Like I can't. It helps me. Like again, I couldn't really get out the bed this morning. When I finally got out the bed this morning, I still had anxiety. I meditated. I did the deep breathing. I did all of this before I even decided to consume anything, because that's just kind of how my day goes. During a work day, I don't even smoke during a work day. Like I always wait until after work. Have my dinner. Yes, it's recreational, but it really is more for my mood and to relax and to help. Like it's not going to prevent the anxiety, but it definitely helps me to control it. Like it helps me to control and to slow down a bit, because when I'm having anxiety, it's just like so many things are just happening in my head, and it helps me to slow down. And it sucks that I even have to sit here and explain to people that I'm not just getting high. Like, this is helping me. And I just don't really understand why I should have to jump through hoops to obtain this when it helps me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, and it's not, I'm not addicted. Like, I go weeks at a time without the shit, especially when I'm traveling. Like, but I enjoy it and it helps me. So I don't know. That's anyways. What I was saying was I've been enjoying a good ass weed. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's been, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's been my thing. And the only effect I get from that is I be hungry. Period. I'm not passing out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not unable to do whatever the fuck I need to do. After I do that, I know what to smoke when, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain stuff I'm not gonna fire up if I got some shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how all these things work. I figured out how this shit has works with my body, and I'm just going to continue on with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just praying that one of these days in the state of Georgia that we're going to have the shit legalized. So anyways, I decided to be kind to myself. And I tell this story because sometimes we need a reminder that we need to be kind to ourselves. Like, when the weight of the fucking world is on our shoulders, we are beating ourselves up. We are still going 110%. We are still doing everything in order the way that we feel that it should be done, and not being kind to ourselves while we're doing this. And I just think that it's time. Like, there's so much going on, guys. There's so much going on. So that was my whole purpose of recording today's episode. I really just I'm bringing you my story in hopes that it helps you, if maybe you're feeling the same way that I've been feeling. If maybe you're having anxiety, like, I don't know, if you want to talk about it, or if you want to if you need help finding a calming routine for yourself. I'm no therapist, I'm no life coach, I'm none of that, but I'm a listening ear, and I can always tell you the things that I do. Typically, meditating really helps. But it's just, I'm at a point where I'm so afraid that something else is going to happen. That's how anxiety works, right? Like, all the bad shit, we could be over all the bad shit, but I'm always in the back of my mind, like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? Like, again, anytime I get a phone call or a text from home, I'm always afraid that something bad has happened. And as you can see over the past, I don't know, few months, that's what the fuck it's been. It's just been all. So, and as much as I always want to hear from my family, it's hard, it's like a catch-22 when I hear from them and it's bad news. So that's it. I think that's all I wanted to say. I already talked about podcast happy hour. Again, you can't sip with us. Lit Life, you get 10% off your first purchase in the month of, I think it's just for this month, guys. So if you're gonna get it, you guys need to go and get it. I feel like it's something else I'm missing. I guess that's gonna be it, y'all. So I got a lot of good stuff coming up in the future. A lot of good things getting ready to happen for the Lit Life podcast. Yes, I'm still kind of rebranding a little bit. Shout out to Cash Color Cannabis. I was on their podcast. I really feel like a celebrity podcaster at this point. So shout out to them. I'm going to have Mecca or on the Lit Life podcast sometime real soon. So I'll be reaching out to him. And I guess that's it, guys. I don't know. Until you hear me again. Peace.